Welcome back to Box Falls. Welcome back. Oh God, what is that? Oh no, I ain't with this.
There's a hole in the wall, and a hole in his hand, and a gun in his hand, and the flashlight on the wall. Look at those books. Ooh, read them all. Knowledge.
This is something I would never do because I'm a black guy. But in this situation, it's kind of.
What the fuck? Did you just imply black people don't read?
No, I meant thinking in the situation of like the.
I was about to say like it doesn't matter what color you're. That's still racist, right?
No, I meant like the zombie apocalypse in general.
Okay.
Like
I don't
wouldn't
think
be investigating
your
this
skin
stuff.
color determines whether or not you are immune to the. In fact, we know that you're not immune to the effects of the zombie apocalypse because we have a lovely black man in the lobby right now who we are surely going to have to shoot in the head.
Yeah, you were still asking like how I said last episode that I would be ready for this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, I would go to a mall as fast as possible. Or find some like stockpile of food really quickly, like really fast, and then like bundle up with some group of people in either some type of like mall or big kind of store.
Okay.
And then just make a society there, and then maybe help people out or whatever. But
what you've just said you've done, you said you're going to find a mall, you said you're going to find food, and you said you're going to shack up with people. Not only does it sound like you do not have specific plans at all for what that's going to be, but you have just run to a place that everyone is going to. Oh wait, what's happening?
Are you okay, Marvin?
I've got something to show you.
Oh no, he's got something to show us.
I'll be right there.
Okay, so you have run to the place that everyone's going to be running to. It is now crowded and resources are slim. B, you are going to have to know where that stockpile of food is, and it is also going to be raided by people. And C, you're going to shack up with a bunch of people you potentially don't know or don't know as well as you think you do, and you're going to get betrayed because you're nice.
I'm not gonna, no, that's not what I wouldn't get betrayed. You gotta be smart about that. I'd figure it out.
Yeah,
Also,
I
don't
think
know.
you're already dead, dude.
No,
I'm sorry.
honestly,
I'm afraid you're already dead.
Honestly, or even instead of like waiting it out, like it depends on like how the information is displayed to me. If it's like let's say it just started and I see like a zombie looking motherfucker on the road, I'm assuming the news hasn't broken out yet. I'm like gonna get started. Like I'm gonna run to Walmart immediately before it goes on the news and then haul ass out. If it's like on the news, I would wait it out.
Here's the thing. There's a lot of the zombie genre has been very much subject to media poisoning, where a lot of the stories are about the same. There's a weird thing. It behaves kind of like this. It's on the road. If you saw whatever is the actual thing that brings about the apocalypse, it wouldn't behave the way we expect it to.
Yeah.
And you might be weirded out, and you might run away. I certainly believe that you wouldn't engage with it, but I don't think that you would immediately know to go do something.
I would since we're in the zombie cult. That's like the one thing like from zombie movies. The people in there like have never seen a zombie movie before.
Mm-hmm.
Since we are in that culture now, if it looked half like a zombie, you would just start doing what you think.
That's fair enough.
Cause that's what I'd be like,
Yeah,
all right,
okay.
let's go. Nope, it's that or I'm gonna try to kill it. I don't know if it's like before it starts or whatever, but
I suppose the hypothetical that I suggested assumes a certain degree of genre savviness. However, I would expect that the only way that the hypothetical matters is if we're not, and if it was just about like your wits and how to like actually.
Are you talking about like if I didn't know zombies were a thing? Because I think it's definitely a point that because I'm only referring. Yeah, if I didn't know anything, I mean, yeah, but that you'd probably die as people in the movie.
I think what I just mean is you can have a plan. Like I'm sure everyone has a disaster plan. You know, like here's where I'm going to go. These are the people I'm going to talk to in the event of, I don't know, a hurricane.
Yeah.
In the event of some sort of plague outbreak.
Yeah.
People have real plans for that.
Wait, what the fuck is this?
But if there were zombies, we would not know how they would behave, and we could guess, and we could probably be wrong and behave improperly and get fucked. especially early game. Listen, early game, you like flip a coin to see whether you live. It's like you can take all the precautions you want, but somebody could still just sneak up behind
I'm pretty lucky, so I trust myself on that with luck wise.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you are right though. It is like a very much like hopefully you don't die. Hopefully you're not the one that gets mauled out. But I mean, in terms of just like, I guess the initial would be the hardest. But if I survived the initial, I'd be fine. I'll put it like that.
Okay.
If I survived
we can compromise on that.
I would be fine.
If you survived the initial culling.
Because I'd probably hide out, not in my house obviously, but in I know some tiny hole spots. If I ever get out of this box, I would just literally, I know where to go. My dad and I mapped it out, and we blocked that down. And I'm like, all right, until it's over. Once it brews over and everyone started ransacking places, wait a little bit longer, then start to like explore, travel, find groups, or if that even is a thing anymore. I don't know.
I mean, you being out of this box might not be a thing, but we'll
yeah. That's what
we'll
I said.
see.
If.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Storage room key? I don't really need that anymore.
If you ever feel it necessary or convenient, feel free to bring me along.
Oh, I'd love to bring you along. I'd call you immediately.
Oh, well, thanks.
Well, that's what I said. Like, how the.
Can you imagine how that call would go? dude, I just fucking saw a zombie in the road. We have to get here now. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Don't ever call me again.
Well, that's why I said like how the information is displayed is how it would go. Because it was on the news, you'd be like, yeah, no shit, I just saw it like fucking on 40 channels everywhere.
Yeah,
like, what are you talking about? Versus I just saw it on the road and no one knows about it. Then it'd be much harder for me to like explain to people, hey, zombies are a thing.
Oh, look at this you did. Who's that? Who's that? That looks like a saint.
I have to combine. Fuck!
What?
I made a mistake.
Oh no! Is it a damning mistake?
No, I just have to walk back now.
You have been walking around, but I felt that I didn't want to comment on it because I felt like this was that kind of game.
Yeah, and this is that kind of game.
Okay,
I just made a mistake. I'm sorry. God damn it.
Gotcha. No problem.
So,
hey, how much time do we have?
We still have another like 2.5 minutes.
Okay, well then let me tell my story. Since I promised that I would. One time as a youth, I was out camping. There was I don't remember who all was on the camp out, but there were some boys that were my age and there were some boys that were a bit younger. At that time in my scouting, I was not very popular. So, but we had some canoes, and like 6 of us wanted to go out canoeing. It was three guys about my age, me, and then 2 younger guys, and I ended up getting kind of stuck in the boat with the younger guys.
Okay.
And the thing about the older 3 guys, or the guys about my age, is that they were competitive assholes. Yeah. And their plan was to... Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then you put it there.
Cool.
Yeah, continue.
Ooh, look at that.
Yep.
Their plan was to canoe down the river really fast, and apparently they knew about a landing they could get off at. And ooh, look at you getting a scepter. This is all in a police station, right?
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. This is important.
They knew about this this gas station that they could run up and like buy some stuff at and then run back. What they didn't count on was that it was a lot farther than they thought. Yeah. And even paddling at full force, going fucking Mach speeds and leaving us in their dust, they still barely got there before it started getting dark.
Jeez.
Now, they had already gone... Whoa, what's that? I am. Now, they had already gotten there and come back. We didn't... Oh, no. Yikes. That's kind of like what happened to us, because we had to immediately turn around, and before we even made it like halfway back to where we were going, it was getting really, really... Oh, is that Claire?
Yeah, it's the homie.
Nice.
Claire!
What's good, girl?
Claire!
How's it going? You should come inside.
Why are you so wet? Oh, it's the rain. Sorry, I've been inside this whole time. Warm and dry.
I was trying to flirt. You made me like a dumbass.
What?
It's so nice.
So, hey,
Doing? That helicopter just came up.
this is a nice chain link. Do you want to make another link between us?
Unfortunately.
There you go.
That feels more like a Kingdom Hearts one than a Resident Evil one.
You know, just
All right,
Surviving.
Look
we're
at her. She's like
surviving.
leaning in, like I'm just surviving. You know.
Oh,
you
they
know,
are.
you can-
Are
you
they
can
actually
let me
flirting?
in.
With your brother?
Not no.
No, she just wants to
No.
live.
It's ambiguous. It's
I'm
like
sure we're gonna
you
find
kind
it.
of feel there's something there. You just don't really get
Whoa.
enough time because they're too busy doing two different things.
Okay, I'm sorry, I know there's a cutscene, but let me finish up this story so that
Okay.
doesn't
That means-
span 3 episodes. So, long story short, going backward, we were going we were going against the grain of the river. So there was only one path to go, but on the way back, we were going with the grain of the river. So not only were we going faster, but we didn't always know which was the proper direction to take. So we were getting launched into the wrong forks constantly and had to turn around a canoe. Bitch, I don't know if you ever had to turn around a canoe in your life, but that is tough titties, man. That is hard shit.
Ooh, which is
And
really
there were
important.
brambles, there were roots, there was all kinds of crazy shit that we had to deal with. It was way, way dark, and like the younger kids were getting scared, and like we had to sing songs and everything to keep their spirits up. We
Jesus,
finally,
it's getting worse and
we
worse.
couldn't even like actually find the camp before we finally gave up, but we found a dock, and there was like a house that the camp rents out that was nearby, but there was no one in it, and there was a snake, and someone almost got bit, and we finally made it back to the campsite, and there were police cars there, and everyone was scared and worried about us, and we got a little bit yelled at, but also it was that kind of yelled at where we're like, we're just glad you're all right. And that's my story. That's the story. Did I make it? Did I make time?
No, not at all.
Wait, what? Really?
We're way over time.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay, next time on Box Fellas, another exciting
Oh,
story.
wow, big black guy. Ah!
Oh no, Sylvian, you just shot him. This is what's wrong with America.
Black on black crime is what's wrong with it. I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. All right. It's there. It's there.